Hello and welcome. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. You are listening to And Another Thing. We are Joella and Helen, and this, believe it or not, is episode 23.
And I've just found out that I've been sitting on a non-comfy, what are these called? Bench.
Stools.
Bench. No, bench seat.
Yeah.
For 23 episodes. Although, no, we've done a few in other places, but mainly for good 20 episodes. And then today Joe says to me, do you like that seat? And I'm like, yes, it's lovely. This is all cushy and soft and my tailbone doesn't hurt. I said, where'd you get these from? She says, oh, it's been round the other side and she's been sat on it and I've had the hard one. That's what she said.
Well, because I've been sitting on the hard stools for the last couple of nights while I've been editing away. And every time I hop up, I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel like I've been working on my feet all day. Also, I'm sitting higher and I'm like, oh, they're just a little bit higher, makes me sit upright. But I do get off them. I'm like, oh my goodness, my body's sore. And then I'm like, oh, poor Helen, you've been sitting on the hard stools this whole time. I felt so sad and sorry for you. So I gave you the cushy seats today.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
I feel all cushiony. It's great. So that's how we started.
That's how we started. But before we carry on, did you know that we have gone past 2,000 listeners?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I saw that. Oh, that's exciting.
It was I was going to message you and then I forgot. And then someone asked me today, how's the podcast going? And I was like, well, we've gone over 2,000 listeners.
Yes.
And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I forget because I was going to message you and say, hey, we did a monumental thing of 2,000 listeners. And then I just saw the analytics of what our podcast was doing. And I was like, oh, look, there we are. We've gone over 2,000. Okay, well, I guess I'll carry on editing the next episode.
Keep on going. At the beginning, we would check that. I would want you to check that every 5 minutes.
Uh-huh. How are we going? How many numbers? Where are we up to?
Yeah.
Have we reached 100 yet?
Yeah. And now it's like 2,000, and that is great, but it's like, 2,000. Let's see when we get to the next one. Just keep on going. Although New Zealand has taken over from England from listeners.
I'm very proud of my fellow Kiwis.
Come on, Britain.
Yeah.
They're doing, that's quite a different in percentage, because before it was just a little percentage, and now more Kiwis are listening than the Brits. So, come on, Brits. Talking of getting the Brits all together, you and I are both excited about a show, but we watch them in different countries and they're called different things.
Yes, they
but
are.
I'm getting ready for Saturday when Strictly Come Dancing comes on. And you, which is on a Saturday night TV, is mint in England.
What a great time to have Strictly Come Dancing play.
On a Saturday.
I find it
evening. Very weird here that big shows like that are on
Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
They just throw it in there. There's no real Saturday night TV here.
No. So
we have discussed this before, I think. Saturday night Pants and Deck and all that business.
Yes, we have discussed that. Because we were talking about the difference between New Zealand and the UK. And New Zealand had big night TVs as well. But just going on from what you just said, Strictly Come Dancing, BBC, the North American version, surely everybody would know, it's
Dancing with the Stars. What's their tune?
Same thing.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, because it's derived from Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they used the same song.
Oh, they use the same tune.
Oh.
So I have never watched this show. I used to watch Strictly every now and then when it was on New Zealand TV back in the day. But my niece, my sister's oldest, last year said to me, Auntie Jo, would you watch, I'm going to call it Strictly. What's it called?
Dancing with the Stars.
Would you watch Dancing with the Stars with me? And I was like, sure. And it's on a Monday night at that point. I was like, yep, sure. And I was like, is it on Monday night this night? This year? And she says, no, it's on a Tuesday. On a freaking Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not like all sit round together and watch it.
No.
But you know what's interesting, which Amy told us today, is that one of the dancers...
On Dancing with the Stars.
Not a star, though. They're the
No,
celeb.
he's a professional.
Oh, he is a professional.
Yeah. One of the professional dancers on Dancing with the Stars. Mark, what's his name?
Shirley's...
What's her name's son.
Oh, God. Ballast.
But she's a judge on Strictly,
She's a
right?
judge.
Yeah.
It's never too early for a 10 from Shirley.
I don't actually know what that means, but I know
Well,
it
when
means
they
something.
put their paddles up for the
Yeah,
score.
yeah.
Well, that's what it means.
It's never-
She'll give a 10 fairly early in the show, and it's never too early for a 10 from Shirley.
Nice.
So her son is one of the professionals then.
In Dancing with the Stars.
Ah,
yeah.
just found that out today.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. He's a great dancer. He's the first time that he's come back. I think he was a dancer previously or a judge previously.
Okay.
But last year he was not on. He came on as a guest judge. A guest judge?
One of them.
A guest judge.
Do you know who people are paired with yet, or is it starts this Tuesday?
Oh, no, it started last week.
So who's he got?
Some lass named Whitney. She's a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives
Okay.
TV person.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Basically, the only reason why I'm into this is because my niece is into it.
Yeah.
But
you get quite into it, because I remembered at the end last time, you're like so excited that that person was still in.
Yeah, but that's because I sit there and watch it, and then she tells me all the gossip. It's great.
You can't help but get into it. Even at
Yeah.
the beginning when Strictly comes on and people are like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And who's that? A bunch of nobodies. And then they become somebody in your life every Saturday.
And then you become quite a know-it-all critical dancing critic.
Oh, do you know who does that?
You're Scott.
Oh, how did you know? Oh, that wasn't very good. Their feet weren't properly doing that way. And then the judges will disagree, and he's like, oh, well, I guess I don't know anything about the foxtrot.
It's so funny. You sit there and you're judging these people. Well, I've danced a little bit in my life back in the day. I did jazz for a year. But
Yeah, we don't know.
we are a bunch of nobodies sitting on our couch watching these somebodies in front of our TV, judging them for the way.
We pick who we think's going to win, like in our family on shows like this.
All right, at the very beginning?
Pretty much the one first or second show we have to have picked. And we do that for like Amazing Race and stuff.
Okay.
You pick who you think's going to win.
Yeah.
So Amy's team just won Amazing Race last night.
Nice. Go Amy's team.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Fantastic. Well, I did actually say to my niece on the other night that Dancing with the Stars has come a little bit too early, because if it could just like have waited 2 more weeks, because then I'd be out of rugby mind.
Right.
And then I could be in Dancing with the Stars mind. But I was like, I can't have 2 things that I can be excited for. My brain is not, it's too full of information. It just needs to stick with one thing and then end that and then go to the next thing. But rugby hasn't finished yet. So.
But the good thing about Strictly and Dancing with the Stars is it doesn't get that exciting straight off. You're just kind of getting an introduction, and it's not until you get a couple of weeks in that you can really see. So luckily,
this one is already getting exciting. Yeah.
Because of what's his name? Robert.
Oh no, there's a bunch of them that apparently they're relatively all really good. And yeah, it's just the popularity is very similar in some of the fields. Anyway, I'm not even going to pretend to know what I'm talking about when it comes to Dancing with the Stars and the people on it, but there you go.
Oh, it's exciting anyway, so that's what I'm rushing home to on Saturday night.
Whereas I will be rushing home to watch a rugby game.
Oh, yeah, because you're not going to look at the score.
I'm not going to look at the score.
Well, I have to tell you that it's a beautiful day today, moving on. Mm-hmm. But we are seeing those turtlenecks. Mm-hmm. Last weekend, I'm like, oh, look at that. They've got to, and it was warm last weekend. It's too early, people.
It is. It was already 30 degrees still when I hopped in the car today.
Stinking hot today. So
what
we
are
don't
people
need
doing
them.
with their turtlenecks?
I've decided that, well, because I can't wear sweaters or jumpers or whatever you call them.
Because you get too hot.
I get too
you
hot.
get hot flashes.
So I've decided that because I like to wear them, that I'm going to wear now.
Sleeveless ones.
Yes. Now, they're called tank tops, or I don't remember what they're called. They call them waistcoats here, don't they, with no sleeves? Or
I think those 2 items of clothing that you've just said are 2 very different things.
yeah, but I don't think they are to me.
Okay.
So I think they're called tank tops, and I'm going to look it up when we have a sip of tea.
Okay.
So they're basically a sweater with no sleeves.
Right. Whatever the heck they're called.
Yeah, so I'm going to wear sweaters with no sleeves, and then if I'm chilly, I'll just put like a cardi on, and then when I get hot, I still have a sweater on, but look, no sleeves. It's like my body warmer vest.
No, it's a full-on, full-length body winter coat.
It's a coat with no sleeves.
With no sleeves on it. You are like an Eskimo in that thing because it goes down past your knees.
Yeah.
And it's got a hood. And when you do the whole thing up and you zip it, you have to like start right by your toes and then find the zip. And then you've got to zip it all the way up. And then you're standing there like an Eskimo, but then your arms are free.
They're free. Oh.
It's the funniest thing.
But it's amazing because I still wear my shorts so it covers my legs and I'm not all bundled up with arms in. Oh, I love it. Love it. That was
set the arms free.
Marks and Spencer's. Oh, no, it wasn't Marks and Spencer's. It was my next purchase when I went over last year. I love it. And Scott was like, your coat's got no arms. Yep, it has. And talking about clothing, I need to ask a question. Can you mix different patterns? Do you have to be young to mix different patterns? Because that's what I think the key is. So I've seen an older lady come in with her spotty top and her stripy bottoms. It doesn't go. I mean, you can't have spotty and stripy and stripy, but I feel like you need a bit of plainness in there. You can't have another pattern.
I don't even know if it's a young person thing.
I think young people could pull it off, is what I'm thinking.
Honestly, I don't think anyone should pull it off.
Right.
That's my personal opinion.
An older person
if you've got
coming...
pattern, either flow with the pattern and figure it out, or pattern and no pattern.
Yeah, that's what I think. But there's that, I don't know. That's just my views. But this woman looked like she'd forgotten how to dress herself. That's what I think happens. And also the people, the older people are my age, by the way, are older. So I'm not like, it's the same as me. They wear
You're
jeans.
Basically trash talking your own people.
Yes, I am. Sort it out. Your jeans come up past your belly button, which I know is trendy with the high-rise things. So that's trendy right now. But then you're tucking your turtleneck into that. And it's no. And so you've got boob,
belly.
jean. You can't
Boom,
even
belly
see the
and
belly.
jean.
It's just like boob jean. Boob jean. It's
Baby,
not
let
right.
your boob jean talk.
I'm sorry. It's not a look. It's not a look. Anyway.
Well, I would agree with you. I'm not a young person, and I don't know what the young people are wearing these days. But
I know it's high rise. But then there's little tops. But
pattern on pattern, I think, is what we are saying. Is that even a thing?
I don't know. I'd like to know if that's a thing.
I
think young people could pull that off.
I'd like to say they shouldn't pull it off.
Taylor and Amy came in last weekend and they had jeans and jeans.
But that's a different thing.
But if I wore jeans and jeans, hello, would you not be like, what the fuck what are you wearing, Helen? If I wore jeans and a jean shirt.
No, you could pull it off.
No. But Taylor and Amy pulled it off. Like, that's the look. That's what I'm saying. And they just look trendy. Trend is not really a word for it, is it?
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm getting so old. I'm getting old. Saying words like trendy and...
I can't help you. I never hit the cool bus, to be honest. That one just like went on by and I was late for it, or it just didn't stop for me. I kind of just waved as it went past and I was like, okay. And I just never happened to catch that one my whole life. So I don't really know how to contribute to this particular one.
I guess you should be able to wear what you want and whatever makes you comfortable.
Yes.
But still, if I see you with your turtleneck tucked in and you're over the age of 50, I'm going to...
And if you're wearing dots and dots.
Dots and dots.
Or checkers and checkers.
Yeah, like the bedhead.
Bless them.
Yeah, they haven't been in again.
Nope.
But yeah, that's what started it. And then the next day I'm like, what is happening? She's got stripes and spots on.
It's like a zebra and a cheetah had a baby.
Too much.
Oh, that's too funny.
Anything funny happened to you? Well, apart from spots and stripes this week. Well, we had some in this morning. They weren't funny. They just took over a whole section with their prams and their
it's just Mum Thursdays. Thursday mums.
Thursday.
Yeah.
There was only 2 of them.
I know. I think about it every single time a Thursday come along and I see a pram come through that door and I think to myself, oh, that's right. It's Thursday. It's Mum's Day.
Yeah.
Which I'm not...
Oh, the babies were cute.
I'm not shit talking on mums and bringing their babies out.
No,
but it's just when you've got multiple prams and multiple babies, and you block our way to be able to get through, to be able to deliver your food. Like,
Yeah, that was an obvious block today because their pram was right in front of
Absolutely.
the swing doors. Like,
yeah,
hello.
I had to move around it, and I didn't even look at them. I was like, I'm going to make a point about how awkward this is while I'm carrying
Well, you didn't
hot
really
food.
need to make a point.
No.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But-
that happened today.
Yeah. No, I've not had a lot of funnies that I can think of.
Oh,
I'm a bit funnyless.
Funny list. Well, I had a guy come in this week. It was quiet in the morning. Walked in. I mean, the place smells of coffee. It smells delicious. Do you make coffees here?
Huh.
Yeah. So in my head, what I said
what was he thinking he was walking into?
Exactly.
Clothing store? Do you sell coffees here?
Do you
No,
make
no.
them? Not even. Do you make coffees? And I looked and I went, yeah, we got some coffees. And in my head, I'm like, what do you think? Have a look around. There's an espresso machine here. There's a bunch of coffee cups here. There's hoppers with beans in. No, we just have tea. So I'm just, that wasn't my funny. But in my head, the ticker tape was going, oh my God. What do you mean, do we make coffees? For heavens to Betsy! Of course we do.
Some people.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I haven't had any funnies. Maybe this weekend. We've not been that hugely busy. Yeah, should have a sip of tea. And a Tim Tam.
On that note, we'll have a sip of tea and a Tim Tam.
Oh, I'm going to look at my jumper. It might be a tunic. I'll have a sip of tea. I'll look it up.
And we're back. I do have to just say, if anybody has never experienced a Tim Tam before, I would highly recommend.
You can get two varieties. You can get some with caramel in too.
You can get more than two varieties. There's
But here,
lots
that's
of
what
them.
I'm seeing.
There's three. There's the double coated. No, there's the double coated, the original, the caramel, and then there's a dark one that you can find in Canada.
Oh.
But essentially, it is an Australian brand. But we call it a Tim Tam Slam, and basically you're biting off the ends of each of the Tim Tam, and then you're dunking it in your hot drink, and you're slurping your hot drink up through
Like a straw.
the Tim Tam like a straw, and then you got to shove that baby in your mouth as fast as you can before it starts to break and slurp everywhere, and then you eat it, and it's the most chocolatey, delicious thing you'll ever experience.
Tim Tam Slam.
Tim Tam Slam is what it's called.
I wonder if you can do it with penguins, because the most thing I have that is close to a Tim Tam is a penguin. Slightly longer, I think, a penguin.
I think it might be slightly longer. I don't really
You need
like
to try
the
it
penguins.
whether you can do a penguin slam.
Doesn't really sound as good, does
sound
it?
the same. I might have to try it.
You might have to try it. Anyway, I thought I'd just, because we mentioned we're going to have a Tim Tam.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what if you have never experienced a Tim Tam before? It's just a biscuit
Have a look
slash
in the
a cookie.
international aisle. Is that where you find your Tim Tams, or just
No,
with the cookies?
it's in the biscuit aisle, in the cookie aisle.
Oh.
But it's only in some supermarkets. I haven't found them in a lot of them, especially in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever found them in the States before. But at Zehrs, I will usually find them sometimes at Asobi's. And then some, like at the more slightly expensive supermarkets.
Expensive end.
Yeah.
You're not going to find them in your no frills.
You're not going to... Well, actually, you might. No Frills has a great international area.
Oh, maybe just not my one.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on. A few weeks ago, we spoke about manicuring tables and how we were going to implement that in our place, which we have been. It's been working quite well, I think. But I was out the other day and I went to get a coffee, and I was just very underwhelmed by the service. It wasn't horrible. It was, this is what I'd like, bish bash bosh, this is what you've got.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, not even a thank you very much, to be fair. So I just wanted to bring up briefly the difference between service and hospitality, because I realised that I had just been served.
Right.
As it was.
Do you remember that old TV show, Are You Being Served?
Yes, I'm free. God, that's so old
That is
and
very
so
old.
politically incorrect now. Basically, a service is the delivery of a task or product in an accurate, efficient manner. Like it meets all expectations. I went in for a coffee.
Can you just say that again?
Is the delivery of a task or product in an accurate and an efficient way.
That's service.
That's service.
Okay.
So it meets your expectation of what you went in for. I went in for a coffee, I have a coffee.
Right, okay.
Or I went in to get my car fixed and my car is fixed. You check in at a hotel, you just check in at a hotel. There doesn't seem to be, that's just what's happening.
Right.
But hospitality has emotional connection to it that you create. So when I was thinking about that, I'm just thinking about all of the jobs that I've had. And I don't think I've ever just provided a service. I think I've always provided the hospitality side of it wherever I've worked. Mm-hmm. I just don't see me doing the service bit where there isn't a connection. Mm-hmm. What about you?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think too there is a difference between who we are as people and that naturally comes from us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that we like to shit talk sometimes about the people that we experience, but on a 99% whole, we do want to provide an experience for people that come through the door.
Oh, yeah. You want to welcome them and make them feel valued.
Yeah. But that is definitely, I think, part of our personality and who we are as people, because there are some people out there that do work in hospitality environments and only know how to provide service because they just see they do a job.
Yeah.
And they actually really give no nothings.
I know.
About anything.
So that's where the training comes in. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that's also whether people enjoy working for people that have that hospitality connection rather than people that just provide service. Like, it would be interesting to know if there was two teams of people and one of them just had bish bash bosh, there you go, with none of this welcoming stuff. Mm-hmm. And the people that worked in an environment like ours that does have that and does have that connection and does remember people's names and drinks, and, you know, the old Fred over there who's just bought this always has a straw with his, you know, like, we remember all those things. Mm-hmm. Don't you think they're just working in a place that just is bish bash bosh and services would be boring?
Yes. And I think too what you're talking about is the difference between any workplace. I think you put that environment in any other workplace and you just go to do your job, you are going to come away feeling slightly different or more different depending on where your pendulum swings to somebody who has a job where it provides connection on whatever planet, like whatever platform that looks like. And I think that goes into the deeper reality of we are humans and we are designed for connection. It's what makes us who we are. We want to somehow connect with something, with someone, and if we can provide an environment that you work in there, of course you would want to go to work every day because you're like, oh, I actually enjoy the place that I work at, or I enjoy the people that I work, or I enjoy that I get to see Fred every single day and I know that I can provide something for him that's memorable and meaningful. And because I think it's just, as a human being, that's what we so innately want to experience and provide.
Well, I guess we would go back to places where we've experienced that. Mm-hmm. So it makes people want to come back to the place that they've experienced that. Mm-hmm. So by us giving that hospitality rather than just service makes them want to come back to us. Go ahead.
You mentioned to me the other day that you were going to kind of bring these two topics up and the difference between it. And it got me thinking about, have you ever heard the theory of the third place? Have you heard that?
No, I don't think so.
So in life, we kind of have our home, we have our job, and we have our third place. And our third place is the place that you go to where you feel known and connected, or whatever that looks like. Some people go to their sports centre and they play, soccer or rugby or basketball or whatever with the same group of people. Or if you are someone of faith, you'll go to a church. Or if you are someone who loves coffee, you'll go to your local coffee shop. If you are an addict of some sort, it's not the best thing or source of your third place, but you'll find that thing or that place that builds you with a sense of something else in life other than home and work.
Oh, so our place could be
a lot of coffee shops, I think, is what provides that third place. Because, like, if you think about some of our regulars who work from home, I mean, their work and their home is in their same place. And so why do people come Why do people become regulars? It's because we know who they are. It's because we know their family. It's because that we know, oh, you've just gone off and played golf last week. How was that? Because you were super excited about it. You know, like, I think there's something in us as humans that desire that sense of being known, being seen, being remembered, being connected to.
Yeah. Now, thinking about it, it surprises me that there are places that just provide service. Like, why wouldn't you want to provide this extra? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I would, even when I worked in retail and you're just selling someone a pair of trousers or whatever, there was still that connection. There's still, you know, like, you made them feel welcome and made them, yeah, I just don't get it, where people just don't even say, have a good day, or like, that's just not what they do. It's weird to me.
I get that.
Yeah.
I also understand the other side of the coin too, because sometimes, you know, we are still people and we still have our own hurts and our own baggages and our own everything, and we still go to work, and sometimes they don't have their third place where they get inputted into life, and so you just go to work and you do your job. And
yeah, but also I think that that's the people above them and not creating that
absolutely
that hospitality environment within the team of people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not letting people have the freedom to find their own connections and the freedom to make decisions. You know, if I want to make this person's day, can I, you know, like, give them their refill, or you have this, or you're not giving your people that work for you, your work family, any room to grow in that area. And that's what I think must be horrible to work for a place like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made me think. I'm like, yesterday I'm thinking that girl, whenever I got my coffee, does not enjoy her job.
Right.
That's what I thought. She was either having a bad day and maybe it was just a one-off, but she's not enjoying it. She's just plopping these drinks out.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing going on behind the counter or any of that. And that really made me think about, oh, that must be awful. You just can't wait to go home at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
I worked somewhere that was really, really boring. It was in a retail outlet. It was in Planet Hollywood, actually. That retail store got switched around. At the beginning, it was fun. And then we had one store left and nobody really came in. We had bugger all in there, really. And there was certain times of the day where there was no flights because I worked in the airport, and you're just straightening things and, I'm like, what time is it? 5 minutes have gone past and I've got another 5 to go.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than working somewhere that's boring.
Mm-hmm. But yet people do it.
They do
because you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't find it boring. Maybe they might like that, doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain in the ass if somebody comes in kind of situation.
Yeah.
Which you were talking about today, a segue, but about customers talking to us.
I'm going to bench that for 1 second because I am going to add one of the things that I have struggled with while living in Canada, and I will recognise that it has been the place that I've lived in. So the town that I've lived in, it doesn't have a lot of individual coffee shops. Mm-hmm. I would say 90% of the coffee shops in that old town that's not far from me are all chain shops. So every time I wanted to just try and find a place where I'm like, I just want to find a coffee shop that I can go and sit and read my book that's different from my house.
Yeah, and not a place where you work.
Yeah.
Because we would probably both pick the place that we worked if we didn't work there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But for me, it's also just like a point of, I live by myself, so I kind of want human company, but I actually don't want to talk to anybody. But it would be nice if I just read my book while other things are going on. And I've struggled with trying to find a nice place. And I have realised with this conversation and thinking about what you were going to bring is that there is a sense of community, even if they didn't know me and I didn't go in regularly enough. It's just that sense of, oh, I know what this place is and I know what is good and I know what the coffee is always going to be like, and I've missed that so much because I could name a whole bunch of different cafes in New Zealand and the towns that I used to live in that I would always go to because I knew what I always liked. I knew what the people were going to be like. I knew where I could always sit and feel comfortable, and I really do miss that, and I haven't quite found that.
There's lots of independent places in New Zealand, though, isn't there?
Well, pretty much everything's independently owned.
Okay, so there's not.
And I'm not saying there's not those places in Canada, because I know that there are.
There is, yeah.
It's just
where we are.
It's a lot harder to find them in the area that we live. But anyway, but like we've been talking about, it's all about community and what
It is.
yeah.
Can you imagine if you worked in, what was that show? Gilmore Girls, if you worked in that cafe?
In Luke's Diner.
Yeah. Luke's Diner, was that what it was? It wasn't
Yeah.
a cafe. I always thought it was a cafe, but everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well, the
knew
whole
each
town
other.
knew each other, knows
Yeah.
each other in Stars Hollow. So
There must be places in
Surely.
Canada that are like that, the small community towns.
yeah.
I used to live, we lived in Stouffville when we first moved here. Mm-hmm. And although that's grown immensely, like most places have, it was a bit smaller when we got there. So I'm pretty sure that you would feel that when you went into somewhere there, that they would know you and recognize you, and then they'd know your name. It wouldn't take long in a place like that. Must be pretty cool. Or also quite annoying because everyone's in your business.
Well, I was going to say, everyone knows your name. Everyone knows your business.
And they're all up in your business.
So going back to the segue that I benched just for a little bit, we were going to head into when you work in those environments that do provide a sense of community, you do come to work sometimes and you're like, oh, this is what's happened in my week this week and let me tell you about it. Or different scenarios in your life and you're like, you just want to share them with your work buddies. And so I was talking to you earlier about how the reality behind the counter of working at a cafe, I'm sure is probably very similar to working in an office. But in an office, you just are working away and then you could turn to your old mate and then you say, oh, did you watch the game last night? Yeah. And then, oh, what's been happening with Uncle Joe? Oh, yep, still broken foot. Oh man, he's taking. So you've still got time, or maybe you've gone to the kitchen to make your lunch or whatever. But we don't really have those breathing moments or those like specific moments when you're working behind you. You've kind of just got to learn how to have really deep and meaningful conversations sometimes within the span of 30 seconds. And then halfway through, I probably got to stop talking about this because I'm probably going to cry. I've got to go serve a customer right now. And then you've got to go serve somebody and then you've got to come back and say, I'm really sorry that that's happened to you, or how are you doing with that scenario, or how is Uncle Bob and his broken foot? And
now there's another customer.
Yeah. Oh, can you run for me? Yep. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'll come back to you. And it's just, I think there's an art form to working behind a counter, especially in hospitality, because I think that that's what we provide, where you've got to have the art of split conversations.
Definitely.
All the time. And then the bummer of it is that you're in the middle of a really good, juicy conversation, and then there's a rush, and you're like, oh, I've got to hold on to that one.
Rude.
Yeah. And then like an hour and a half later, when the rush is finally gone, you kind of come back to this person and you say, so what actually, do you want to finish your story? Oh,
So
yes,
what
this is what happened.
Sometimes, though, I'd probably do that and then forget that I was even talking about it in the first place. But you would remind me.
We have had those times because you've walked off. We had this the other day, actually. You were halfway through something, but someone did interrupt you. And then you just walked off. And I was like, oh, I wanted to hear the rest of that conversation. So then the person who interrupted you finished. And then you came back and I was like, so what was the end of that story? And you were like, oh, yeah.
I'd moved on.
You moved on. But I wanted to know what happened at the end of the story.
You know what's sometimes funny, though, occasionally, if we've been talking or we're just kind of quickly finishing off in between a customer, but they're there, and then they start joining in. And it's like, oh, this is great. They're like, oh, yeah, that's happened to me before. And you're like, yeah, we've roped them in. We roped them in. Anyway, we have to sum up the old...
It's about providing hospitality for people in a place where it just makes me think of Cheers. Everybody knows your name. Diddly-doo. I don't actually know what the tune...
I've no
it's
idea.
in my mind.
I know it, but I don't know the tune.
Actually,
I've just got Strictly on my brain.
Wrong tune.
Did it?
We actually had one of our regulars come in a while back and he said... it would be great if somehow we were talking about Cheers. And he said, I just love how, someone walks through the door and they're like, hey.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, I'd love for that to happen. So every now and then when he's walked in, I'm like, hey.
We've made it happen.
But yeah, that's kind of what you want. Just a place where everyone knows your name.
Stuck on something on Instagram or TikTok the other day where there was this guy that rolls out a red carpet in front of somebody. and gets them to walk on it like they're famous. And it sometimes happens in coffee shops or restaurants. So they're
Just like random passerbyers.
well, the people that are coming in your store, you're like, quick, roll out the red carpet and see what they do. I think that would be so funny to do that to some of our regulars and see if they take it on and do a funny walk up to the cash or a model walk. I need to show them to you. It is quite funny.
I think I've seen some of those, yeah. And I do love how there's sometimes signs on the doors saying, do a fancy walk-in and you get a free coffee.
Yeah.
And then people see the signs and you just, like, for a moment, they let loose and they allow themselves to do a fun, fancy walk-in and then, hey, boom, free coffee.
Free coffee.
But
nobody reads a sign on our doors, let's be honest. We should try it just to see how many people actually do it. Could be there all day.
we can't do it on a Saturday. That'd be ridiculous.
Not doing it on a Saturday.
Not on lineups.
Maybe
Did
a Monday.
you see me dance? No, sorry, love. Where are you?
I want my free
I'm like
coffee.
ninth in line. And no, didn't see you dancing. Sorry, love.
We should do it on a Monday morning or something.
Oh, that would be great.
Or Thursday morning, because I don't work with you on a Monday morning anymore.
No, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm there.
Oh, you're there,
I just sit and work on my other part of... So I don't actually know if I've said, but I have a 2-part job at where we work. So I do work on the floor and I'm one of the managers on the floor. And then my other part of the job is more of an admin role. So I take care of our social media. I take care of some of our business building things. I help clean up protocols and, pricing
All those things
and...
that we don't have time for.
Yeah. So
also wouldn't want to do.
So sometimes if you ever think to yourself, what the heck does Joella do? Because she says that she doesn't work with Helen for ages and she's just sitting in the cafe doing work. Mm-hmm. What does she do? That's what I do.
That's what you do.
I do admin work on
Do
the
you know
side.
what I do now?
What?
Take all my holidays.
What?
I thought about it the other day and I'm like, I've gone from somebody that could work almost a whole year and only take a week and keep working. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm at that stage where I need to take my
also,
holidays.
You are at a different stage where you do want to go home more often.
That's true.
So I think like if you look back at your holidays, majority of your holidays are going back home.
Yeah. I would like to go back home every year.
Yeah. Which makes a difference.
Yes.
And absolutely. It's you using up your holidays.
And I'm like,
but have at it.
have at it now.
Yeah.
Coming up to a birthday, I'm like, oh yeah, need all the rest I can get now. Right, another Tim Tam?
On that note, we'll have another Tim Tam. We'll be right back. And we're back. Without even touching Tim Tams. I just saw them there and I was like, Tim Tam Slam, yes. No,
we
didn't
started
touch them.
Talking about something else.
All right.
Right, I'm just going to follow on from the old holiday. Me taking all my holidays.
Taking a holiday.
No, I don't think about that.
Yeah,
I think about we're all going on a summer holiday. Cliff. Oh, love Cliff.
Do you know that used to be our Christmas theme when I was little? Because summer holidays happen at Christmas time in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And there was an ad on TV that had something about driving safe throughout the Christmas season in New Zealand or something like that. There was an ad on TV and it had Cliff's song, that song attached to it. And so for me, that feels like...
Christmassy.
That's like the beginning of Christmas, which probably seems so bizarre to the Northern Hemisphere people because they're like, but it gets cold and snowy. But anyway... We're all going on a summer holiday because we're at summer holiday. Oh, sing it, Cliff.
Sing it, sausage. That comes from Masked Singer. Masked Singer. When there was somebody dressed up as a sausage or a hot dog or something.
And one of the judges said...
And then Davina it was a good song. She's like, oh, this is great. And she goes, sing it, sausage. Oh, it's just become a thing that I say sometimes.
That's fantastic. Okay, sorry. Summer holidays.
Holidays. Do you have any funny stories? I have one from when we were small. We went to... Oh, I'm going to get corrected here. Guernsey or Jersey, which are two islands off of the coast of England.
Right. It's usually what islands are.
Yeah. I just tried to
off
figure
the
out
coast of somewhere.
We would go there quite often. It didn't take long to get there.
Right.
Anyway, we went on holiday there and we stayed in this place called Holly Lodge. And it was like a bed and breakfast basically. And me and my sister got, we were sharing a room, and then my mum and dad were next door in another room. And then my sister opened the drawer and she's like, oh, look, they have their own book, the Holy Bible. That's always a funny that comes up, the Holy Bible. And another one, we were in the States and we went to a restaurant, and honestly, it was the funniest moment. When you're not supposed to laugh and you're trying not to laugh, but it's so much more funnier. Our server came over and their haircut choice was funny.
Okay.
They looked like they had an egg on their head. Like they had an egg-shaped hairstyle. And me and my sister, we were small again, and we started giggling. And then my dad's a giggler and my mum's a giggler.
Okay.
So we're trying to order. So we get past the ordering of drinks, and then we're like laughing. And then they come over again, and then me and my sister start again. It's so rude of us, but you just couldn't help it. My dad was trying to keep it all together. But I had chapped lips from the sun, so I couldn't even smile. So I was like... My lips were in a tiny little circle. But as a family, we laughed so hard in between having a visit from... it's so bad, but so funny. And that was when we were in the States. I always remember that story.
I genuinely am just stuck on how somebody has an egg shape.
Had a pointy...
hair. Like the Conehead family.
Pointy. Yeah, very, very similar.
With their hair.
With the hair. It wasn't the head.
No, I understand.
Well, it might have been.
I understand.
Maybe that's why they had their hair like that.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, visual image me just gets stuck on the visual images of like, how do you get an egg-shaped hair on your head?
It was so
anyway,
funny.
That sounds like great family memories.
Great family
of giggling time.
That was me and my sister were small. Do you
That's
have
too
a funny?
Where
did you used to go on holidays?
Well, because we were a family that couldn't afford anything, our family holidays, if we had any of them, were tenting.
Yeah.
So we would camp and tent in places. Now, we did that when I was very little because I don't actually have a lot of memories of us doing that when we got older. And also by that point, both my parents worked.
Right.
And then my siblings are older than me, and like... one brother left when I was 8. The other brother left home when I was 12.
Right.
My sister got married when I was 14. So in terms of younger childhood memories, other things were going on in our family. But I do know that there was one particular time where we went camping, and I think I might have been like maybe between 18 months and 2 years old, and I had the measles. And so
when you were camping,
my parents went camping with a young child and the other 3 children who had the measles. And so apparently I used to just sit in my cot all day in the tent and everyone else went out and had fun.
This is a sad story.
But then, I find it funny because that was the year that the Great Flood happened, or like the Great Downpour. And so it flooded. The whole entire campsite got flooded. And there's actually a newspaper clipping that my gran has of a cartoon image of that particular season of summer where the downpour was so much that it flooded out all the campers, and my parents and my family and the friends that they were with at the time were all part of them. So then my parents had to like pack up the tents and everything with the kid that had the measles and the flood happening.
And just come home.
Yeah.
That was
well,
the
it
end
must
of
have
that.
been just coming home. But I think, Mum, you'll have to message me later and tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. But we had this family that we used to camp with all the time, and either somehow their cat got caught up in the tent when they were rolling the cat up. Like rolling the tent up. No, not rolling the cat up, sorry.
Rolling the tent?
I don't actually remember whether the cat was alive after the end of it. I feel like maybe he might have. Mum, please message me and tell me.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they were like putting their tent to pack it away.
Why are they taking a cat tenting? Camping?
No. This was at their house.
Oh, okay.
And like getting their tent ready, I think. And then somehow their cat ended up either on holiday or their cat was no longer.
When they unrolled the tent.
When they unrolled the tent. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, they are really not funny stories at all.
Well, We never went camping, but my nan and granddad had a caravan. So we would go to the caravan. So, the best. I mean, I had a fantastic childhood. We were at the caravan and it was, you could just ride round and round. You had so much freedom.
Because it would be like a caravan park or a holiday
caravan park.
Yeah.
So there'd be other people there that you get to know and friends, and they all had their own friends. And it was, so we didn't really go camping, but we went to the caravan. And I remember once my nan used to like warm the bed up for us before we got in. And they forgot to like she puts the electric blanket.
How did your nan warm the bed?
She laid in it for a bit.
I was going to say, my nan warmed the bed. I'm like, did she go in and fart a lot or what?
Put the electric blanket on.
Okay.
And then would turn it off. And then one night, me and my sister had to share the bed. We were like, it's so hot. It was so sticky and sweaty.
It's because the electric blanket was still left on.
She forgot to turn it off.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, she was all panicky because she
cooked the girls in the night.
She cooked us. Oh my God, so many good stories.
Funny.
It is.
Well, I will add, not to be I'll pick the sob story up a little bit, because my mum's parents have had boats my entire life, and their entire life. So they lived at the top of the North Island in the Bay of Island area, and they've always had either a yacht or a launch, different styles of boats. And my papa even made one of them at one point. Mm-hmm. And so my mum's childhood memories have always been on the water, all the cousins on the water, all the family members had boats, and so they'd always be out in the Bay of Islands. And I think my grandpapa sold their the last boat when I was maybe 15, and so there were a lot of summer holidays where, again, I was the younger one. So the three oldest got sent up north to go hang out with my grandparents, and then I stayed home. But there were times when the older I got, we all, like my parents and I, went up to the boat. And I loved those times, like just being out on the water. I mean, I got seasick, but that's just because I do. I just can't stay under. I always have to be outside. Yeah. I always have to see the horizon. I always have to feel the breeze on my face. But I loved it. Like, it's just, there's a different feel. And then at nighttime when you go into a bay and you just moor your boat there. And then there were a couple of times where I remember we're sitting there in the boat and playing cards at the end of the night. And then you just feel the boat start to rock a little bit. And it's because either a shark or a kingfisher, which is a very big fish in New Zealand, will have like scraped the back of their back up against the hull of the boat, just because it's like a good scratching point or something.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's that? And then as kids, you go out and see if you can find like a fin or something, or like see what's going around your boat. And then it's just quiet. Like, you just go outside and you can hear so much nature, and it's just beautiful, which actually, I'm going to segue. Can I segue?
Yes.
Okay.
Be my guest.
So in that particular point when you're out on the water and you hear all the birds, and then you can look up into the sky and you can see all the stars, and there's nothing protruding from the stars because there's no lights from the city or anything.
Yeah.
And it made me think of this morning. So the place that I've moved to is out in the country. And this morning I opened at work, and so I left my house just a little bit after 5 o'clock in the morning, and I went outside, and it was just so bright. The stars were out. The moon is kind of a crescent moon at the moment, and I just remember looking up and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. I didn't get that in my old house. And I remembered when I was looking up at the sky how different it feels in the Northern Hemisphere, because in New Zealand, every time I would look up to the sky and the stars, I would see the Milky Way. I knew where the Southern Cross was. I knew where the Pot was. I knew where the Seven Sisters, I think they're called the Seven Sisters. I knew where all this different stars, and then I could find where Venus was sometimes if you could see it, and then Mars if you could also see it. And I looked up to the sky this morning and I was like, oh, like nothing felt familiar.
Yeah, you don't know what they call the
I don't know the constellations here. I was kind of like, oh, I can't really see the Milky Way. I don't even know if you can see the Milky Way in the Northern Hemisphere. Surely you could probably see a little bit of it, but it made me question.
No, well, you should learn what they are here.
I should learn what they are here, but it's just really different. And I thought to myself, do you ever think about that when you are at home? Do you get to see the stars in the UK when you're there?
You do, but I don't.
Do you know them, or does it feel familiar when you look up into the night sky?
No, I don't think about stars. Well, It's nice to see them. And I can spot some of the different, what they're called again? Constellations here.
Yeah.
I've never really looked for them in England, to be fair. But I always look at the moon and be like, that moon is the same moon wherever I am. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of, when my mum sees the moon, I am seeing the same moon as my, like it, I don't know.
That's what your warm and fuzzies are.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the moon.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, not the stars,
Not
really.
the stars. But the night sky in New Zealand, oh my goodness. It's just something different.
I think if you were quite far up north here, you might
be able to see
experience
something.
some. You definitely would. I mean, you can see them here. I just don't remember what they're called, but I think you should look into it. You definitely will be able to see them where you are.
Well, you can't see the Southern Cross because it's the Southern Cross.
No, I mean the ones that are on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it just made me think of how there's the small things in different parts of the world where, you know, the theme of, I suppose, this particular episode today has been about being known or community, or where's the place where you just feel like you're like, oh, okay, no, someone knows that I have a straw with this drink, or someone knows what happened to me yesterday and asking me about it today. And I just thought about that thing when I walked out this morning. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel familiar to me, and I miss my night sky because there's just something unique.
Something different. Do you miss the water going around the other way in your sink?
I don't notice it, to be honest. I have actually looked, and I have actually stood in front of a sink thinking, can I actually see what direction, or is it all just water going down the sink?
Maybe it's when you let a bath out or something you might notice.
But also,
because it's,
I've never just stood there and paid attention to the direction that the water in the bath is swirling. So,
well,
apparently
maybe
it's different.
Yes, it's the other way around.
Anyway, that's us for this particular memory lane. We don't have a who does that.
I don't. Shall I move straight into this one?
Yes, let's move into this one.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Again, just as a refresher, if you're new to this particular episode, Milo's question has been our last segment for every single episode, and Milo no longer works for us. Well, actually, that sounds so sad.
Yeah.
He's gone to university, he's learning different things, saw his mum the other day, asked how he was doing. He's doing good, learning lots of things, but definitely a different shift. So we miss him, we miss all of our university students. But for this segment, we're changing up a little bit.
Well, actually, I want to throw a few things at you. Remember last week we did words that we say differently. Can I just throw a few more at you and then I'll ask you, would you rather? Okay.
Yes.
So, eggplant.
I go between aubergine and eggplant.
Yeah.
I
would say aubergine.
Okay. Oh, can I throw one in there? Zucchini?
I've got that next.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Courgette.
Yes, courgette. This is honestly the vegetable at work that I look at it and I'm like, I know you are a courgette. What is the Canadian? So then I sometimes have to say to the kids, I'm like, what do you call this? Zucchini. I'm like, okay,
See, now I am zucchini all the way and eggplant all the way.
You don't ever get caught up?
No.
Okay.
And if I went home, I would probably be like, oh, courgette. Like, I think it would be the other way around now.
Okay.
Flashlight.
Torch.
Do you say torch?
Yes.
You don't say flashlight.
I will only say a flashlight if I'm talking to a Canadian.
Okay.
But I will say a torch.
Apartment.
I would call it a flat.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Why do we call them flats?
I don't know, but a flat, so we have to flesh this one out a little bit. A flat I would call pretty much any house that you don't own.
Oh, okay.
So
you live in a flat.
Yeah, if you live in a house, like a house, but you don't own it, you rent it. Although I suppose actually that gets capped at stage of life. So if I was living in a house, I wouldn't be living in a flat. I'd be living in a house that I rent. But if I was in my 20s, I'd be living in a flat.
You'd have flatmates.
Yeah, and I'd have flatmates.
Yeah.
But here they'd be called roommates.
Roommates or housemates.
Or housemates.
Or that's in the Big Brother house.
Yes. So sorry.
Last one for this week. Sneakers.
I know that you don't call them sneakers.
No. Why do you call them sneakers? What are you doing? Sneaking about?
I think I call them sneakers.
Trainers.
I thought you were going to say you call them joggers. Who calls them joggers?
Not me.
Somebody calls
joggers
them
are pants to me, like a jogging pant. Joggers.
Oh, yeah. No.
So they call them sneakers or runners here, don't they? Runners. Got your runners on.
Got your runners on.
I say trainer.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would say sneakers if they are like if you
sneaky.
Well, no, if they're anything with that aren't a brand. So have you got your Vans on? Have you got your Chucks
Oh,
on?
you'd
Have you got
say, oh no, trainers are for everything. You could have Adidas, or
yeah, that's another one. Adidas.
Nike
I say Adidas.
and I would just say, have you got your trainers on? I wouldn't say, have you got your Nikes on? Have you got your Adidas on?
No, I'd just say, have you got your shoes on?
Yeah.
If we're really breaking it down, have you got your shoes? Yep. Cool.
Well, those shoes are going to be no good. You'll have to put your trainers on.
No.
Yeah, because you can't. Some shoes are not suitable for like walking in long distance.
Oh yeah, then I'd probably just say sneakers.
That's all I got.
Okay.
On that one.
Okay.
Do you want a little sip of tea before I do my would my rather, or shall I just go straight into?
Just go straight into it.
Would you rather? Okay, ready?
Would you rather? I don't know.
Would you rather live here with New Zealand people or live in New Zealand with Canadians?
Okay. Do I have my New Zealand people even though I have Canadian people in New Zealand?
Well, they would be not with you there. No, your New Zealand people would all be here with you. Everybody would be from New Zealand. Would you rather live in Canada with people from New Zealand or live in New Zealand with people from Canada? Not just friends, everybody would be Canadian, lived in New Zealand with you.
Oh, I don't like this question. So essentially it's you're either choosing the
Country.
landscape, like the country, or the people.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer this.
I know, because I thought this might be difficult. I think I could. I mean, I love England, and I love going back. It totally feels like home to me. But I think that I'd rather have all my people, all the British people, here. Because I think that they would have a great experience.
Would that mean that all of your Canadian people are not here?
Yes, yeah.
Righto.
Yeah, I think. Although when you go home, it is what it is, right? I don't know. It's very difficult to answer.
I don't think I can actually answer this question because I miss New Zealand country like a piece of my body is missing.
Yeah.
Like it genuinely, I can't actually explain how often I actually do think about the roads that I would drive down and the scenery that I see. And there are times where I'm doing a mundane task at work and I will genuinely think about trips that I have done around New Zealand. And I'll think about, oh man, when I went to Milford Sound, that was just beautiful. I'm so glad I saw the Mitre Peak on the beautiful day. And I just have that scenery etched in my brain. And then I think about the time that I went to Mount Cook and I saw that, and then I was walking along the glacier and I saw Mount Cook right in front of me, and I was just like, I felt like I was in Lord of the Rings. It's like a constant movie that goes on in my brain.
You know what? I think that a lot of Canadians would feel that here because there are so many, beautiful places in Canada that you've not experienced, I've not experienced.
No, I haven't.
So I'm sure that there's so many people here that have witnessed some really beautiful places, and have that same feeling for their own country. It's like I do for when I get home to England. That missing piece of the puzzle goes back in. There's like you're saying, and it's in, and then for that short time that you're there. You are complete.
Yeah. I genuinely don't have any of that when I leave Canada.
No.
I don't miss Canada. I don't miss the country. I don't miss the roads. I don't miss the shops. I miss the ease of some of the things of I know that I could probably just go down to Canadian Tire and get the most random compilation of things.
Yeah.
But I don't have that missing of the landscape in Canada. What's tripping me up on this conversation are the people.
Yes.
And you're basically saying choose between your Canadian people or your New Zealand people, and I can't.
No.
And I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to.
That's fine. You don't have.
I can't answer that particularly. I can answer about the landscape.
If you could bring all of the Canadian people
to New Zealand, as well as my New Zealand people, then, 100% that would be my answer.
Happy days, question answered.
That's the best of both worlds.
Take everybody you like here over there. Even if they don't want to go, you're coming with me.
Suck it up, cupcake. You're coming along for the ride.
You have to come over and at least try it for 6 months, everybody, and then I'll let you go back. I can come and visit.
It's genuinely it's genuinely a thought that I think about often because, there are moments where I think, well, what if I had to move back home, or what if something did happen and I had to go back home and I was there, or what if I felt like my time in Canada was up and I wanted to go back home. Yeah. It's just like no matter what, I'm saying goodbye to two pieces of the people, and it's the people that make a difference.
Sometimes I would like a lot of the people that I know here to come and experience where I grew up. Mm-hmm. I'd like them to know the part of me that they don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously my family know that part of me. Like so many people got in touch, my kids straight away when the Queen died. Mum, are you okay? Mm-hmm. Because of that connection. Not that I knew the Queen or was going to...
No, but it's innately part of who you are. And that it would
so I would like
to
take some people over and have them experience and have that the other piece of me that they've never seen. Mm-hmm. I think that would be really cool.
That would be very cool. I would like to do that too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do that with you.
Well, yes. One day we'll do that.
When I've retired.
Yeah.
String all my holidays together.
Never ending holiday.
Never ending.
I'll show you the New Zealand sky at night time.
You can show me the piece of you that I've never seen.
You'll be blown away. By the landscape, not by the pieces of me.
Who knows? I'll let everybody know in whenever many years' time. We'll have to do the podcast from over there and everything. So,
I mean, imagine that. We'd be a travelling podcast. Oh, the dreams. Oh, how far we'll go.
Oh, by that time you'll have to find somebody to look after your pie business, which we haven't even made a pie yet. So
no,
these are all just pie dreams.
And then it would be. Are you coming, Helen? Yes, dear. Righto. Do you need a hand? I'm all right, dear. Okay.
As long as I can have the comfy cushion, you can leave me here. You can leave me here, dear. Right, come on.
On that note, let's pack up our bootstraps and we'll head on out.
Yeah.
If you want to get in touch with us, as always, our email address is pod, P-O-D, in case you don't know how to spell that, @gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram. We're really easy to find.
Easy to find.
And Another Thing podcast. We're also on TikTok, and we have our episodes streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
Definitely not via video, but via audio. So in case someone cannot access us through other streaming devices, you can hear us on the tubes.
On the tubes. And please remember to like and follow, or whatever you have to do on your particular subscribe, whatever you have to do. Makes a difference.
It does make a difference. You can take us from 2,000 listeners to 3,000 listeners. What a day that'll be. We'll probably sail past it and then think to ourselves, we've gone past 3,000. Look at us go. Would you like an extra large coffee, or did you want a medium-sized coffee? On that note.
Have a good idea.